Welcome to our channel Lifelink Vision. Mother will continue today with the subject of communication. Welcome, Mother.
Thank you, Natalie.
So it's a very interesting subject. So would you continue with telling us more, because we all need to understand better how to communicate in a couple. So because we always hear that there's big problems between couple and communication.
Yes.
So what's your advice?
Yes. Well, unless there's question, unless the problem is that you speak Chinese and the other one speaks English, well, then the only thing you need is a language course. But in general, it's not that's not a problem. If you have the feeling in a relationship, whether it's on your work or in marriage, or, that you're not understood, or that the other one doesn't hear you, doesn't listen. As I already said, the first thing you have to do is to ask yourself, yes, but how straightforward am I? Because many people I have experienced in my life prefer to say things half or covered, or they just touch the subject slightly. And they presume, they hope, they expect that the other person, the other party, thinks up all the rest. You really have to analyze this very clearly. Many people say just what they want to say, and they expect that you understand all the rest. Why do they do this? Very often because, in fact, there is part of the message that they do not dare to tell you. Or they do not want to admit it for themselves. And that's the first problem in communication. So again, as I already said in the last video, the problem is in the person that wants to be understood. Because this person says just a part of what he or she wants to say and hopes that all the rest you can understand by yourself, because in fact this person doesn't have the courage to say it. I've seen that recently. A person who said to me, this person had a big problems in her relationship, and she said, well, she came home after a long and hard working day and found her husband who had no work, or who stopped his work far more early than she did. She found him like that. He did nothing. He had not begun already the cooking or had done some cleaning. Everything was still to be done when she arrived at home. I would say, well, then you have to say to the other person that you expect when you arrive at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock and he is there from 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, that you expect that he already started this or that work before you arrive. Well, that was not the case. That lady said, well, he could think about that himself. She was very deceived in the relationship and very unhappy. And when you said to her, yeah, but why don't you say this? Yes, but he could think about it himself. The real problem was that she didn't want to have the fight. But she stayed in herself with the conflict. And then the separation went on inside, till the day that it didn't work anymore. Well, this kind of non-communication is very typical for a human being, I've seen. So often we think that the other party has understood it without us saying it. Or he should understand it, because he also lives this like me. Ah, no, I don't think he or she lives it the way you do. Because otherwise this person would have reacted in the same way. Another person one day said to me, there were big relationship problems. It was a man this time. So they were living together. The communication absolutely did not work. But it was never brought on the table. I said to him, but why don't you say that in your opinion it doesn't work? Nothing is discussed normally, or nothing is said, you're growing apart. He answered me, but she sees this, she assists to this question the same way that I do every day. She must see this. I said, yes, but if she doesn't react, perhaps she doesn't mind, or she doesn't see it. I said, it's up to you. Well, he could not understand it was up to him to put this on the table. Because he thought, well, she sees this the same way that I do. She also assists to this problem. And why should I be the one that puts it on the table? Well, that's apparently a very human kind of reaction. And so they had been living 10 years together. He said it was a kind of arrogance. It was not up to him to say this. I absolutely don't know how they do that, how this works. I would not have been able to stay 10 years near a person and have that kind of problem. But he said, well, she also sees this every day. I said, yes, but perhaps she doesn't see it, or she doesn't mind. But if you do mind, you better say it. He did not see any reason to say this. And he was looking for a solution. I said, I don't have it. Yes. So, I mean, there are many different reactions in this world. And it's always the one who's accusing that, in my opinion, has the problem. In the first place. I do not want to say that his wife or his partner was working wonderfully, but the ones that accuse the other of not understanding or not doing things well, you should talk to them. They are very strange in their way of thinking.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I have to tell you this, because I'm sure you see it every day, you see it everywhere. But with Mother, we don't see that, because she's very clear and she doesn't understand why we're not, because the world would be such a better place if we would all be communicating like you do. So that's why I'm laughing, because I look at you and I know what in the world are we waiting for to start and be clear and to communicate really well when we see something, instead of waiting for the other.
Because in fact, there's something in your communication that you want to say, and there's something that you don't want to say. Mm-hmm. That's the only problem you have.
So what is it that we don't want to say?
That's that you have to discover yourself.
We have to go deep down.
You have to go deep down in yourself.
We don't really like to go.
Yes, you have to dig deep down in yourself, where you don't want to look, and there you will find the reason why, in fact, you're not expressing yourself completely well, and why the other party doesn't understand what you're talking about, because you say half of the things you want to say.
So would you
think about it?
Yes. So subscribe so you don't miss the next question, and we will see you very soon. Have a nice day.
Far away is my beloved's house. The woods are dark and gloomy. Far away is my beloved's house, and undergrowth arrests me. Can love lighten up the path? The truth lies in the heart. Can love lighten up the path? the truth lies in the heart. Far away is my beloved's house, the road is full of hindrance. Far away is my beloved's house, my feet ignore resistance. Love can lighten up the path when strength is in the heart. Love can lighten up the path when strength is in the heart. Far away is my beloved's house, the woods are dark and gloomy. Far away is my beloved's house, and undergrowth arrests me. Can love lighten up the path? The truth lies in the heart. Lighten up the path, the truth lies in the heart.